Hey, Blue Table fans, it's time for a battle report. This is going to be one that we're going to do over several days. I actually think I want to get a couple games going at the same time, so let's take a look. We've got our wonderful and beloved Trenchworks board here. I put some of the Junkyard Orc terrain on it, these scrap piles, which is certainly apropos because I have the Studio Bad Moonz Orcs army going. By the way, this is for sale. I'll put a link in the liner notes about that. In fact, I made a whole video about it. This is only 2,000 points, which is approximately half of the army. I'm not exactly sure how that pans out, but as you can see, this is all the stuff that I left at home. 30 boys, 9 bikers, 2 trucks, a Scorcha, 8 knobs, 6 kilocans. The burners are actually in a transport. And these guys are, what's the word? What's that thing that they do? They have snick rot, so they're in reserve. And on the board, let's take a look at deployment. I read an article this morning saying that if you deploy first, that's usually not the best thing because then you don't get to see where your opponent is. So, but if you do deploy first, don't go all the way across the board like I obviously have done. Because then your opponent, what he'll do is he'll overload one flank. He'll put his entire army here, and then that makes these guys so they are pretty much out of the game as they foot slog it across. In my case, I really had no choice because I just had so many figures that I really had to take up the entire board just to make it fit. So let me tell you what I have here. I've got 10 Ludas, a 30-strong boys mob. This is the division there. I like to put a little marker so my opponent can tell what's what. I have 2 Scorches cruising down the tunnel there, and a battle wagon with Burners and a Big Mech on there. He has custom force fields, so he's currently, anything within 6 inches is getting a cover save. So that's these 2 huge units of boys, and they certainly do need that because boys can get mowed down pretty easy if they have no cover. We have a Dreadnought here, a War Boss, and joined to this unit, 3 kilocans, and just for kicks, a battle wagon with 3 knobs on it. That was kind of an afterthought. That's what I had points for. And my opponent is playing Space Marines. And he's going to deploy, and at the very least we're going to deploy today, maybe even play a turn. I know he can hear me over there, so we're excited. All right, John, if that is. So, yep, sure enough, looking at, John was, you know what, this isn't the bat rep thing. This is part of the studio update. So, listen, John and I are playing a battle report. Probably over the next couple days, Orcs versus Space Marines, 2,000 points. And this is deployment. So, and now these are old out-of-print figures that you've had like forever. Yep. What I think I dubbed the pea-suit Marines. Yes. Right, and I have to tell you, this is about as close as I'm going to get to them because they are pretty wretched. They are just... I'm gonna use the term eclectic just to be nice. Yeah. So anyway, well, I'm real excited. Go ahead and roll to see if you can steal the initiative. So on a 6, you get to go first if you want. It is. We're still gonna do this.
Oh, the cocked.
Yep.
So close.
Here we go.
No.
4. So, all right, Orcs turn 1. Yeah, so that's coming. All right, folks, here with John.
Hello.
Space Marines. Let's talk about your deployment and what's in your army.
Okay. I maxed out my elites choices with Dreadnoughts.
3 Dreads. Got it.
3 assault cannons. Well, this one's venerable. I have 3 tactical squads. Just
Okay.
basic
Are these combat squadded then?
Yes, they're all combat squads.
Right.
Nothing fancy. Flamers, missile launchers.
So this is Devastator squad then. 2 missile launchers, 2 plasmas, looks like. Some scouts.
Got 3 scouts.
And this is wreckage. This is a piece of scenery.
And I'm using the Hellfire heavy bolter rounds with the Scouts heavy bolters.
Okay.
And yeah, I put them all together. We're on I guess this is called the denied flank.
Yeah, or refused flank.
Refused
And what that means is he's set up against the edge so that, you know, because the board is kind of an arbitrary, you just can't go over there. That means you can't get around to this side. So he can only be attacked from this direction.
Yeah, I have a pretty concentrated heavy fire from here.
Yeah.
That is interlocking.
Thanks for screwing me over. And let me tell you how awesome this deployment is. You notice I put the Ludas here, right? So basically these Ludas get to shoot at these guys once and then do nothing for the rest of the game, basically. When in reality, you know, I want to be shooting at his vehicles, but it's just not going to happen. There's no, even if they start foot slogging over, it'll be too late by then. So this is an example of poor deployment on my part. A better place to put the Ludas would have been right in the middle. And then that way, no matter where he went, I would have been able to shoot.
That's exactly what I did with the stern guard the other game.
Yeah,
Remember when I had it come in way over on the side?
right.
True story.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so anyway, yeah, so basically these boys, this is how this is going to work. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. They're out. So like John has neutralized these 2 units effectively. So I'm fighting, you know, with really only half my army. And not only that, but I'm going to have to charge like right up the middle. I have no choices. But I still think I can do it. I think I can get there and overwhelm John's forces. And here's why. Because once it's close combat, John's really got nothing. There's no close combat specialists over here except maybe the Dreads. And I have plenty of stuff to deal with them.
So I got a lot of firepower. Got a lot of assault cannons,
Yeah.
flamethrowers, and template
It's
weapons.
going to be bad. The saving grace is going to be the Mech Boys custom force field.
So this is your war boss, right?
That's my war boss.
Just a knob.
Oh, I don't like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Well, we're going to play the first turn tomorrow. I'm out today. So, but first thing when I get in tomorrow, I'm going to do my movement phase, and then we'll do shooting what little there is, and you'll get to see it.